When I was a boy, I watched men die over a bowl of rice. I've seen the strong fall to sickness, and the clever be outwitted by fools. So hear me. 100 truths from a man who walked alone, killed with purpose, and lived without apology. Carve these into your mind like grooves in steel before your time runs out. Discipline is freedom. Don't wait to feel motivated. Act with discipline, and the results will summon motivation. Don't seek comfort. The path of comfort ends in weakness. Sharpen yourself in cold winds and early mornings. Be alone often. Only in solitude do you hear the sound of your true self. Question your habits. If your day is ruled by impulse, you are already conquered. Speak less. The tongue is a traitor. Listen. Observe. Strike when the moment is right. Do not waste your youth on approval. People's applause is a breeze. Your purpose is the mountain. Train your body like it's your blade. It will carry you through war, peace, and heartbreak. Read beyond your time. Dead men can teach you more than the living. Make peace with pain. Avoiding it makes you soft. Embracing it makes you a god. Never rely on luck. Rely on preparation. Only the unready pray for fortune. I tell you this not to scare you, but to awaken you. Time is slicing through you with every breath. If you're 25, your sword should already be sharp. If you're 35, your principles should be unbreakable. If you're 45, you should be teaching others how to fight. If your soul still breathes, you are not too late. But waste another day, and even I cannot help you. Stop scrolling. Each swipe takes more from your spirit than any blade ever could. Build something with your hands. A man disconnected from creation becomes hollow. Wood, metal, sweat pick one. Don't confuse knowledge with wisdom. Books can teach you facts. Life teaches you how to bleed. Run toward discomfort. Where it hurts, you grow. Where it's easy, you rot. Wake up before the sun. Beat the world to its breath. Own your silence. Control your appetite. If you cannot rule your hunger, you cannot rule your destiny. Stop blaming the world. The sword does not complain about the storm it cuts through it. Master one thing. Before you chase 10 skills, become terrifying at one. Learn how to breathe. A man who controls his breath controls his fear. Don't negotiate with laziness. Kill it every day without pity. You do not need permission to change. You do not need validation to rise. You need fire, and fire is lit through suffering. Keep a journal, not for the world, for yourself. Your mind forgets. Ink remembers. Don't envy. Every man fights battles you cannot see. Walk your own path with honor. Know when to walk away. A true warrior doesn't fight every battle he chooses, the ones worth bleeding for. Be dangerous, not violent. Your strength should comfort the weak and threaten only the wicked. Learn to cook. Feed yourself with dignity. A man who can't cook dies dependent. Never complain. It weakens your spine and strengthens your chains. Speak to elders. They've seen storms you haven't. Their silence is filled with thunder. Don't fear failure. Fear becoming the kind of man who never dared to try. Master silence. The loudest in the room is usually the weakest. Find something worth dying for. Only then will you truly learn how to live. If you are between 0 and 50, you are in the fire. You are still being forged. And if you walk through the fire like a coward, you will come out ash. But if you walk like a warrior, you will come out steel. You think you have time, but time is already cutting you down, one breath at a time. Take these words and burn them into your bones. Have fewer opinions. The wise man doesn't need to speak about everything. He sharpens what matters and lets the rest rot. Master your posture. Your body speaks before your words do. Let it speak of strength. Don't chase women. Build a life they want to be part of. The hunter becomes the hunted when he learns to walk with purpose. Never be owned by debt. Chains made of numbers weigh heavier than steel. Practice disappearing. Sometimes vanishing is the most powerful move on the board. Read every day. If your mind stops growing, your soul starts decaying. Lift something heavy. Your body remembers. Make sure it remembers pain that made it stronger. Be kind, not soft. The sharpest blade can still be sheathed in velvet. Outgrow people. Not everyone is meant to walk with you to the top of the mountain. Don't follow trends. Trends are waves. You are the rock. I've killed men who begged for one more year, one more chance, one more try. But life is not merciful. It gives you only what you have the courage to take. Build something every decade. By 30, a skill. By 40, a foundation. By 50, a legacy. Forgive, but remember. Let go of hate, but never the lesson. Never argue to win. Argue to understand or walk away. Stop multitasking. Split focus is split strength. Win one war at a time. Learn how to fight, not to hurt, but to protect. A man who can't fight is a danger to himself. Meditate. Silence is a mirror if you dare to look into it. Stay broke for a while. Being broke builds hunger. Hunger builds empires. Know your weaknesses, then turn them into weapons. Don't chase happiness. Chase purpose. Happiness follows like a shadow. Prepare for death, but don't fear it. When you live like a warrior, even death bows before you. If these words strike your soul, then you were meant to hear them. And if they anger you, then you're already wasting the fire inside you. You've lived half your years in shadow, now live the rest in fire. Don't seek closure. The world doesn't owe you neat endings. Sometimes you finish the story by walking away. Stay unpredictable. Once the enemy knows your rhythm, he owns your next move. Be loyal, but not blind. Even the sharpest sword rusts in a rotten sheath. Don't try to be liked by everyone. Even the gods were hated. Kill your comfort zone. Growth is not a gentle process. It's a battlefield. Make your word unbreakable. If your promise is weak, your spirit is weaker. Learn to fix things. From torn cloth to broken plans repair is a warrior's skill. Walk away from cheap drama. You're not a performer. You are a weapon. Revisit your pain often. It will remind you of what you've survived and what you still must become. Surround yourself with savages, kind-hearted, battle-tested, unapologetic about growth. There were times I bled alone in silence, under moonlight, with no one to see. And it was in those nights that I became unstoppable. Don't flaunt your victories. Let your success echo, not shout. Own your mornings. How you begin is how you bleed into the day. Don't negotiate with your lesser self. The weak voice in you is loud. Ignore it. Be feared for your calm, not your rage. The quietest man often holds the deadliest blade. Respect your enemies. A worthy opponent makes you sharper. A fool makes you sloppy. Learn survival skills. Fire, water, shelter. Civilization is a fragile mask. Give credit. Take responsibility. Leaders do both. Losers do neither. Be your own mentor. No one is coming. Become who you needed. Never beg to stay. In friendships, love, jobs if you must beg. You've already lost. Age with power. Don't let the fire dim. Let it harden. The second half of your life is not about searching. It is about mastering. Find the mountain. Climb it. And if there is no mountain, build one from the ashes of your past. When a man nears the edge of his prime, he must choose. Fade into softness or rise into legend. Never stop learning. Stagnation is the slowest form of death. Ignore praise. It is a seduction. Stay focused on your next war. Invest in your mind more than your clothes. Brains wear longer than brands. Be ruthless with your schedule. If it doesn't build you, it bleeds you. Don't explain your journey. They weren't with you in the mud. They don't deserve your map. Reinvent yourself often. The snake that cannot shed its skin must die. Choose your battles. Not every insult needs a duel. Save your sword for the worthy. Let silence be your first response. Words can be weapons, but silence is a fortress. Value experience over opinion. Many talk, few have walked. Live with intention. If you drift, you drown. Every scar I carry was once a mistake or a lesson. Sometimes both, but I never hid them. A warrior's story is told through his wounds. Don't fear outgrowing your circle. Elevation requires isolation. Walk like you belong in every room, even if you're building your self-worth from the floor. Track your days, not just to manage time, but to measure growth. Value peace more than possessions. What's the point of gold if you sleep with anxiety? Be romantic with life, not desperate. Pursue beauty, but never beg for it. Accept that some people will never get it. Stop translating your soul into their language. Sharpen your intuition. Logic builds structure, intuition senses danger. Keep promises to yourself. Break your own word once, and your soul never forgets. Die empty. Leave nothing undone, unsaid, unlived. Never forget death is watching. Not to haunt you, but to remind you, this moment is all you have. You are not the same as you were when you began this path. These truths have carved into you. They've made you sharper, clearer. But we're not done yet. Not until the 100th strike. Rise, one last time. This is the summit, the final 10. If you've made it here, warrior, You're no longer who you were. These last truths are not advice. They are commandments carved in the bones of the mountain itself. At the top, there is no applause, no fanfare, just wind and a stillness that only the dead understand. But you're not dead yet. Make peace with your past. You are not your scars. You are the hands that healed them. Create more than you consume. A man who only takes becomes empty. A man who builds becomes eternal. Protect your soul like a fortress. Don't let noise, envy, or chaos crack its walls. Do hard things without reward, not for applause, but because you said you would. Detach from outcomes. Do your best. Let go. That is the path of power. Be the calm in the chaos. When the storm hits, be the one they look to, not the one who panics. Tell the truth, even when it costs you, especially when it costs you. Let your life be your loudest speech. Not your words, not your posts, your actions. Stay dangerous, even when you're old. Let your presence whisper, I've seen fire, and I remember every flame. Live so well that death takes you gently, with no regrets, no unfinished wars, just silence and a faint smile. You've heard the 100 strikes of truth. Now the sword is yours. Swing it well, sharpen it daily, and remember, the world doesn't need another follower. It needs a warrior, one who does not FCK around. Musashi Miyamoto.